Thank you. Om Sahana Vavadu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvina Vadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Once again, welcome to everyone. So we were discussing the essence of Katha Upanishad, right? Then we started chanting Omkara. In fact, Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Upanishads. That's why in every chapter you will find Gita is Upanishad. So here, Katha Upanishad is essence, is the story of Nachiketa. Who was Nachiketa? Of course, we had only recap and also my perceptions, my understanding. I'll come to the end why I am talking again about this. Of course, yesterday I posted one video where I have talked about death only, life after life after death, last year in our own another group. So Nachiketa was son of Vajasravasa. The meaning of it itself is one who has attained fame for making gift of food. That is Vaja actually. Okay. See, if you understand the deeper meaning, only we really know the essence of. Otherwise, we just mechanically go and we sometimes get to the wrong knowledge and we spread that. So to avoid that, so I've been thinking of this. So he did a sacrifice. What is sacrifice again? Oblations, many things. Now, Japa is also called a yajna or sacrifice. Both are synonyms, sacrifice and yajna. Okay. So the name of that was Vishwajit. Vishwajit means winning the world. So here, that sacrifice, there is a need to gift all the possessions, all worldly possession you have to give. That is the sacrifice he conducted. For what? So we conducted many homas, havan, with a purpose, for getting married, for getting wealth, for getting progeny, like that. Putra Kameshti Yaga, Dasaratha king himself conducted. And Ashwamedha to become Indra possession, no, to become Indra. So all worldly possessions. Here, this sacrifice he did it for the heaven, to attain that ultimate. But it is not attaining Brahmahood. You have to understand the difference here. So for that, there is also purpose. So whereas Japa Yajna, what you are doing is even beyond that, this sacrifice. So that essence we have to understand, number one. Number two, and all the masters, many, I heard only when talk about the story of Nachiketa. So he was giving this Vajasravasa, gifting all the cows which are already unhealthy, about to die, bony, etc., etc. But it is not the real truth, in the sense, he gave away all the possessions. This was the final one. So this also, because he has to give all the worldly possessions. So this is how in life also, we see certain aspect of what is happening about other person and we come to conclusions and we talk about that only. We forget the other aspect. So that should not happen. There is no right or wrong about other people, but I understood by reading again and again. Then fortunately, a young master I met recently, he said clearly, because he has drank, I can say, the Vedic knowledge. An IITian, like Rajalashmi, now engineer, talking about spirituality from experience, like that. So this was the last. And our hero here, Nachiketa, was observing with the total Shraddha and Nishtha, perseverance and total faith. Then only he is asking the question, oh Father, why you are giving all this? They are of no use to whom you are giving. So he asked her. He didn't ask exactly that question. He was only observing. Then he said, because he know that yaga or yajna is to giving away everything. He only asked, to whom you are giving me? Once he asked. So father did not listen. He was doing his job. Again he asked second time. Again he asked third time. Then he got little angry. Then looked at him. To death I will give. That is to Yama. That is how it started. Then he thought, oh, his inner voice only. Then he listened. Oh, okay, I will go. What is there? Find out. Like that he goes there. Then, 3 nights he stayed again. And here again, our Vedic knowledge says, if a Brahmin comes to our house, if he is not attended to, who is a guest? Atithi. Tithi means the day, Eka, Prathama, Didiya, Tridiya, 14 are there. So, Atithi, one who comes without invitation, not like us. We are, even for the parents and children and relations, we need appointment to meet. Today, world has become like that, but it was not like that. Atithi means one who comes without invitation, just like that. So, you have to take care of the Atithi. So, Brahmin means here, it is not about caste, it is talking the one who is giving, imparting knowledge, higher knowledge. So like that, then he comes back the 4th day, only Yama comes there. Then he is asking, what did you take 3 days? He said, what did you eat? Then he said like this, nothing. But I ate your progeny, I ate your knowledge. Like that he says. So this is what will happen in the sense. So if you keep a person for 3 days, you will lose everything, whatever you earned in the right way also, even Yama Dharma Raja. So then only is asked, okay, to rectify that, what boon I can give, that is how 1, 2, 3. So first he says, I want to go back, my father has done this, I want him to be happy and I want him to receive me happily. Then the next one is, I want to know the secret of yajnas. Then only he was taught in full, explained about the yajna. And this particular yajna, to conquer death and attain everything, this boon was given, and this came to be known as Nachiketagni. And one who performs Nachiketagni, Homa, twice, thrice, then you become that like Brahman. You attain everything. So like that second. Then third one only is talking about, no, I want the real secret of death. So Yama refuses to give him. He tests him. So a student should be ready for teacher to teach. So we are all here because of certain need of our soul. Atma, we are here. So we have that urge. That's why we are sitting. And some are early, some are late, all because of various reasons. So he is so much Shraddha and Nishtha with that Havan you are observing here also with lot of Shraddha and Nishtha. He was asking him question. He had the urge, I don't want. After second, third, when he asks, he says, no, I will get you this, A, B, C, D, everything, whatever you aspire for, which cannot be got by living in the earth plane. Highest, highest, highest. He refuses. He said, no, for that I don't have to come here. You are Dharma Raja, you possess everything. So if I get your blessing, the secret of that is what I want ultimately. Then he knew the seriousness and sincerity of Nachiketa. Then he gives the third boon, immortality, how to attain and what after death. So here in this Upanishad, we talked about Shreyas and Preyas. What is Shreyas? That is good. Whatever is good. See, like mother will not give ice cream when you have cold to a child, right? It is tasty, pleasant. So child wants, or we also, without even caring. But mother will not give. Even somebody, a friend, come and give a chocolate, big chocolate to a child who is not well. Mother will even remove that. So what does it mean? So she knows what is good for the child. Like that only we get from the universe, from the God, starting from the thought. So Shreyas, hardly we seek. We are all interested prayers. So Shreyas is all good which is ultimately the knowledge, the right knowledge, supreme truth, to realize the supreme truth. Whereas we seek the prayer, that is the pleasant, that is sense pleasures, all of 5 senses we want to satisfy. So this is how we are trapped. So what Upanishad talks about in this Kathopanishad itself, what he is talking, Yama to Nachikeda, Shreyascha Preyascha Manushyameta Thau Sambaritya Vivinakti Dhiraha Shreyo hi Dhirobi Preyaso Vrinite Preyo Mando Yoga Kshema Vrinite. Both the good and the pleasant approach man. We get both choices are there. The wise one discriminates between the two, having examined them well. Yes, the wise man prefers the good to the pleasant, but the fool chooses the pleasant through avarice and attachment, because sense pleasures, once you start getting attachment again and again and again, we go for that. Many things. So we are stuck in that cycle. And what happens is we add to our karmas, and that is how again and again we are born again and again. We come back here for seeking that unfulfilled desires. For that only we come here. And one more sloka I would like to say here is the second one is what I said now. The fifth one, what it says. Havidyayam andare vartamanaha swayam dhira pandidam anyamana drandramya manaha pariyandi mudha andhenaiva nayamana yatha andaha. This is very beautiful one. Today what is happening? See, it's the essence of that. Fools dwelling in the very midst of ignorance, yet vainly fancying themselves to be wise and learned, go round and round, staggering to and fro, like blind men led by the blind. This is what you are doing. When we get some idea, we start preaching and doing like that, show. So many feathers in the cap. So this is how we are stuck in the cycle of birth and death. This is the essence of that. Yes. So I don't want to go beyond that. So you get books on that. So after understanding this, you can go through, and whenever you get an opportunity to listen to such discourses, please do so. And another day, probably I'll talk a little more on Katha Upanishads, about my understanding. And we talked about 3 gunas. Now, see why we are seeking pleasant prayers, not. So there is a reason for that. Each one is unique. We are all made up of the matter, but there is something, the karma, carried over impressions. So 3 gunas, even the creation itself, the prakriti, consists of 3 gunas. What are these 3 gunas? You all know, most of you, if not all. Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Sarada, SRT. Okay. So even Bhagavad Gita, as I said, it is essence of all Veda and Upanishads. Bhagavad Gita talks about this in the chapter 13. You can see, and you should understand the meaning of that. I'll just refer to few again, just for recapturing. See, what is Prakriti and Purusha? Purusha ultimately is Angushtamatra Purusha, is Atman, right? So here Bhagavad Gita in chapter 13, 19, it says, Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Vidyanadi Ubhavapi Vikaramscha Gunamschaiva Vidhi Prakriti Sambhavan. The simple meaning is Prakriti and Purusha, know both these are beginningless. And know all modifications such as likes and dislikes, etc., and all objects constituted of the 3 gunas as born of Prakriti. So Prakriti means itself 3 gunas. So when there is balance, when it was started, when Prakriti was protected by Brahman. So what is Prakriti and Brahman? The difference for Purusha is, it is like fire and light, or fire and heat, we'll say. There cannot be heat without fire. So both go together, right? Both exist together. Like that, the fire is Brahman and the heat is Prakriti. Something like that analogy you can, right? And so we are born with that, our nature. This matter with, when we are born, we are carrying over the unfulfilled desires, that impressions in the mind. With that we are born. So what he says here, Sarva yonishu kaundeya murtaya sambhavandiyaha tasam brahma mahadyo niraham bijaprada pita. Of all embodied beings that appear in all the species of various kinds, Arjuna, Prakriti or nature is the conceiving mother, while I am the seed-giving father. See that? This is the essence of the creation itself. So the Brahman or Krishna, here we call Krishna. That's only difference. That is nothing but Brahman. Okay. So this is what he is telling in Bhagavad Gita. The next stanza says about the gunas. Sattvam rajas tama iti gunaha prakriti sambhavaha nibaghnandi mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. Sattva, rajas and tamas, these three qualities born of nature tie down the imperishable soul to the body. So the soul is without any attributes as such. But because of the Prakriti, these three gunas getting attached. So the soul is not the experiencer, we say experiencer, but attached to this Prakriti, three gunas. That is what is happening. That is why you are different, I am different, everyone is different. Though we say Aham Brahmasmi, I am Atman Brahman. Everything is Brahman. But here, because of Maha Maya, we call about. What is the Maha Maya or the play? That is the Vishnu Maya, they say. It is, what is the playing? According to our need, that is played. Like directors see the actor, they choose the actor, right? For different roles. Like that we are chosen. Because we have that background. We want to play that, enjoy that. So accordingly we are born. That is how the gunas are carried over. Right? And one more I would like to say here is, see, sarvadvareshu dehasmin prakasha upajayade jnanam yada tada vidyat vivriddham sattvam ityutaha. When light and discernment dawn in this body as well as in the mind and senses, then one should know that sattva is predominant. So there are three: sattva, rajas and tamas. It is represented by sattva white color, rajas by red color, tamas by black. So what color you like, from that itself we can make out what is our real quality, which is predominant. We are combination of all the three. When all the three are in balance, we are beyond the gunas. It is needed gunas. It is not eliminating, but in balance. But otherwise it is imbalance. So which is the cause for our suffering and going on like this. So we have to understand that janmanam narajanmam durlabham. We are already born as a human being. That itself is great. But how many of us know the value of that? As fools, bhaja govindam, govindam, bhaja mudhamade. Shankaracharya calls us fools. Because we again go on enjoying the senses and indulging in all, becoming pandit like only externally, like Dukringarane, writing of Vyakarana, meaning, etc., etc. That will not help you. In the end, see, having said all this, and Krishna himself said, ultimately, we have to use only the good and using our willpower. Buddhirhi desham adigo visheshaha. Buddhi is given. So we have to use that and go up, climb up, go up. For that, And he says, still karma will, people say karma, no. So it is not retiring. Oh, it is my karma, I have to suffer like that. No, use buddhi and come out. But still, the karma, cause and effect, it will happen. But what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita is, I am the ultimate. Everything can be washed off by surrendering to me. This is called surrender, Sharanagati. Say, I am that. So he can. So when you say, come to me, here in the sense, where is he? Is not in the temple alone. That is the first step. From idol to ideal, we have to go. So here, that is what our meditation, dhyana, dharana, go to samadhi state. So everything can get washed off. And Patanjali also talks about this only, Purusha and Prakriti. The Purusha is attached to the Prakriti. That is why we are having suffering, and our mind also. So mind is the cause. Manayeva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho, or bandha or moksha. Both our mind is the cause. So it is in our hands, exercising our free will. And he says the mind is trigunatmika, Patanjali says. So depending upon the domination of the three, we are enjoying accordingly. For some sattva, all are combination, and it is also not the permanent. When you are born, and today what I was 25 years before, and today is different, because opportunity come knocking. So how we use it? Using our willpower, you can improve. That is the real growth. This is like depositing. So whatever good deeds done, punya, papa, what our ancestors talk about, yes, it will be there always. So it can balance. When you carry an umbrella, when it is heavily raining, it can stop, it can protect us. Like that it goes. And Patanjali talks about, what is yoga? Chitta vritti nirodha. All the modifications of mind should stop. No good or bad, nothing, clean. Then you are in the samadhi state, ultimate state. Purusha is released from the Prakriti. So you become that. So he says even further, another day is needed for that. What is Patanjali's Yoga Sutra talking about? Depending upon the domination. And we have the 5 states of mind. It is called Chitta Bhumi. So he is explaining what type of mind we have. And from that, what are all the obstacles we come across and how to get rid of it is also there. Ultimately, what he says again, I'm coming back to what you are doing when Patanjali talks about Tasya Vajaga Pranavaha. He is that Om, Pranava is Om. And Tad Jabaha Tad Artha Bhavana. Chant, understanding its meaning. Is what he is also telling. And we have heard your personality creates your personal reality. So what is personality here? This is what I have just touched upon. This is not the wear, what dress you wear, what qualification you have, whether you have done PhD, etc., etc. All these worldly things. The personality, the traits we carried over, the vasanas. So it decides our personality. So with this understanding, let us go. Any questions about whatever we have talked about so far? Welcome. So any comments, experience for a few seconds, 2-3 minutes we can, before we go for pranayama, then go for the japa yajna. Anyone would like to? You can be free.
Yeah, just be.
Yes, sir, good morning. This is Jasbir. So,
Who is this?
Jasbir Bhatia.
Today, what you were explaining, I have a little. You said Nirguna is the balance of all the 3 gunas. Is that so? Or is it
Nirguna? Yes.
The Nirguna state.
Yes, Nirguna is going beyond the 3.
Beyond or balancing all 3, like
balancing is equal to that. Equal to that. You are right.
So we can be
because when all the
rajas...
3 are balanced,
yes, sir.
There is no problem. That is your natural state.
So if I try to explain it, as a triangle. So all the
Yeah.
three corners, like we can have Rajas and Tamas at the below two corners, and on the top is Sattva, and in the center is Nirguna. If we draw three lines,
You cannot. You cannot. Because how do you know? See, theoretically, we can explain all this like a formula. But the
yeah.
question is, we ourselves do not know where we are. It comes. Right? All the three, each are in different permutation combination. You and me and mine today and tomorrow will be different. According to karma, it comes. It comes. Like a seed is just thrown somewhere in a soil. And when the rain comes, the seed is taken to a soil. So it may sprout after several years sometimes, if not days and months. So like that, it can happen. So these are all a theoretical understanding explanation. Why bother about that? Nirguna and Satguna or equality, Samatvam Yoga Uchede. Yes, all the three in balance. But what is that balance? You have to experience like that. Then only we know. So there is no purpose in my understanding, explaining, understand. How do we measure? There is no yardstick. The scale is different for me, and that's what my understanding, right?
So the balance means like when Rajaguna is required, it should be there, then Tamas should not be there when we are supposed to get into action.
No. That's what I'm telling. Balance means going beyond is different, but without is different. See, there should be a foundation for a building. So without tamas, we will never even think of doing something. For your information, you are a sleepy fellow. So slowly, little rajas comes.
When action is required, if that time we consciously don't get into action and we remain in tamas.
That's why. So because of the tamas, the rajas says, yeah, you have to do, that comes. But to do that again, the tamas may pull down. So predominance of rajas, you come up. Then unless you have sattva guna, it cannot happen. It will become in plan like blueprint. So it has to fructify. So you have that sattva, and we have to seek whenever you get that chance. Yes, take it that. Then predominance, it says. So everyone, the combination keep on changing because according to our nature, unless and until, that's why we are born again and again. Desires, from that one desire will come. Keep on, desire will not stop just like that. Even a sannyasi has a desire. I want to transform 1 million people. Today, you know, big gurus also talk about, I want to transform the whole world. So it's a desire. So you will be born again, unless and until that is washed off. This is, so sattva guna only, predominant, full, but little bit is there. Rajas there. So like that, there is no really speaking to as human being. That is why Patanjali says, Chitta vritti nirodha, that is real yoga. Nothing, no good or bad, clean. I will say real, the definition of Nirguna is that.
Yes.
Slight, it's a subtle difference like Prakriti and Purusha. Yeah. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ma. Right? So if no one is there, we'll start pranayama. Every day we can take some time before meditation to interact, which will be useful for all of us, so that our journey continues in the right direction. And we add like bank deposit, recurring deposits, sattva more and more every day. Asadoma, satgamaya, tamasoma, jyotirgamaya. Then mrityorma, amridam gamaya. Right? If no one is there, you can sit comfortably, closing the eyes. You can take 2-3 deep, comfortable breath with mudra of your choice. You are inhaling the cosmic energy, the divine energy. Your prana shakti is activated. The channels gets opened up. Every cell gets activated when you inhale. And as you exhale, you are releasing all the blocks, all the mania, etc. All your blocks, negative thoughts, your tamasic nature is also washing off. Feel that yad bhavam tad bhavati. As you think, so you become. Let go of all the blocks. Let the granthis be opened, untied. Let Kula Kundali take us up with that bhava, bhavam bhavani sahitam namami. Tajjabaha tadartha bhavana. With this understanding, do Sukha Pranayama, say 9 times, starting from left nostril, exhaling fully, then inhale, hold, opening the right, exhaling fully and slowly, steadily. Hold for a moment. Inhale there only. Hold. Open the left nostril, exhale, and repeat 9 rounds at least. Total awareness. Arise, awake, wakeful state. Conscious breathing. You are waking up every cell of the body, connecting.
This is when you complete in the next 1 minute. Just to start visualizing your Angastamatra Purusha, which is your inchman. And the inchman is going to start from your Muladhara chakra. And the inchman starts walking towards the Swadhisthana. and then slowly towards the Manipuraka, and then to Anahata, and then to Vishuddhi, and then to Agnya, and then to Sahasrara. And you can take the Pradakshina at your Sahasrara, and then coming back to your Agnya and your Vishuddhi. And then you are coming into your Anahata, the 12 petal lotus, and where your inchman is going to sit. And you are going to start hearing the Omkaram from the Angustamatra Purusha, which is the inchman. And then, as Rajalakshmi Madam said, you can still go inward and see Angustamatra Purusha, Anahata, and see the razor blade, fire, and a dart, if you can observe, and start doing that. So I'm going to start in a half a minute, the Omkaram, and please be in that bliss and enjoy your meditation.